Hello and welcome to Scarytown, the Goosebumps review show. Today we're going to be reviewing Why I Quit Zombie School. Why I Quit Zombie School is another Hall of Horrors book, and it's basically about Matt Krinsky. His parents enroll him to a private school, and the school is actually full of zombies. So we're going to get into what I like about this. So it's going to be quite a bit because this is a really great book. I like the premise of it being entirely set in a school, an academy, whatever, and just it feels like R.L. Stine is really kind of like a little bit let loose. This is the kind of R.L. Stine that I love the most, where it's like he's aware that there's certain lines that you're supposed to not cross, and dealing with zombies and stuff, you can't really have like zombies like eating people, or there's no like blood or gore or anything like that. But there's definitely stuff that happens in the book. Like at one point, the the kids are in this uh, area of the school, and there's like a balcony on, I think it's like the second floor, and they basically have like this whole thing where like it's like a no bungee jump kind of deal, where like they just basically jump off the balcony and just land splat onto the floor. So if they're zombies, they don't feel like any pain or anything, and they just kind of get up and go about their way. So there's a lot of like limbs falling off and stuff, but there's no like blood or anything, or you don't really feel any any concern for the zombies because like they're already dead anyways. So that's kind of a cool way to have all this like awful kind of disturbing stuff happening, but to these kids, but like you kind of get away with it because there's zombies, and then there's like you don't see anything visually like a kid's like foot falls off, but like you don't see like the gore and stuff that usually involved with that sort of thing. So I like that. I also like it's kind of like the situation where like there's definitely a very real sense of danger with Matt, because he is basically the only kid that's in the school that's alive, and he has to basically do as much as he can to make himself look like he's just another kid at the school. So he has to like limp around and kind of slow his movement and stuff, but it comes off not very naturally to him in certain points, and it definitely gets him into trouble because like he's just used to being like moving around normally like a human boy would. But then like the other kids start noticing that, oh, okay, he's acting kind of strange, he's moving too quickly, and he could be a human, he could be alive, and they have to deal with that. So I like that. I like the supporting character Franny. She's a girl at the school that kind of his guide to the school, but then she also is able to kind of mentor him and kind of help him out when like nobody else will, because she knows that he is alive and not a zombie. So she tries to help him. So I like her character a lot too, and I just like how things escalate, especially near the end of the book, and it's like I was like, what's gonna happen next? Like it's really easy to get lost into the book, and then you're like, I want to know what happens next because things go a little crazy. So I like that. I like there's like little references to zombie stuff, like because Matt is a he's a big horror fan, so there's a lot of references to like Dracula and zombies. He puts like zombie makeup on himself, and then he's got like posters on the wall, like from like some terrible like made for sci-fi kind of movie. So that's cool. So we're gonna get into what I didn't like as a book. It just kind of it. It's a very entertaining book, and it's only when you kind of stop to think about like the whole premise of the kid being in a school full of zombies, and then you're like, well, because like as he gets into the school and stuff, and he's acting normally, nobody bats an eye. So it later becomes like a big thing in the plot where like he has to pretend like he's a zombie. He has to slow his movement and kind of stumble around. And but at the beginning of the book, when he first gets there, he's acting normally. He's not. He doesn't really know what that everyone's a zombie yet. So it kind of contradicts like everything, like, and he's there like at least like a day and maybe like a day and a half until he has to be aware that, you know, I have to act differently to not get, you know, revealed to everyone. And so I thought that was kind of a bit of a it's kind of hard to make that work, because like he just gets there and the whole thing is like he has to slowly figure out that he's in a school full of zombies, which actually, now that I think about it, it wouldn't be too hard to figure out. And then another thing, like one of the other big questions that pop up to me is, I like the idea that it's a zombie school, but honestly, why do zombies need to go to school? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And I mean, it's a funny concept and stuff, and I like it a lot, but it's just like, why do they need to be there? And then it goes into the other thing, like, I like this is a school of zombies and everything, and there's it kind of sort of look like it's going to explain why all the kids are zombies and stuff, because there's like this graveyard that's kind of like nobody likes to go back there behind the school, but like they showed like a little bit of that, and but like it never explains why they're zombies, and I thought that would have been kind of cool if there was actual backstory to it, and it would have added a bit more depth to the book, but it never does. So there's that, and I just feel like the end of the book, like it feels like it's building up to something big, and basically like he's trying to get out of the school because, you know, he knows eventually they're going to find out about him, and they're going to put him through these tests where like he's going to be put through like seriously body harm, and he's probably going to die. But it's just, it just doesn't live up to it. Like the ending just kind of comes off and is like, oh, the book's over, and that's pretty much it. And that's about it. So in closing, I would definitely recommend this book. This is by far like one of the best books out of the Hall of Horror series, and it is amazing. It's very entertaining. It's definitely a page turner. You'll definitely get lost in the book while you're reading it, and because you want to see what happens. There's definitely a lot of hooks to the book. So, and I like the premise and everything, because I like zombies. So it's very solid. Like I said, like the things I didn't like about it, just kind of stuff like if you really think about it, and the ending kind of feels a little bit rushed, but overall it's a real solid book, and I'm going to start doing ratings for these. So I would rate Why I Quit Zombie School an 8 out of 10. The things that kind of hold it back are not enough to completely derail the experience, and it's really solid. And plus, the main character at at the very end of the book, or near the end of the book, says like, "I quit zombie school," and it's a really awesome moment. It's like, oh wow, he actually said it. That's cool. So, anyways, I hope you enjoyed the review. If you've read this book, let me know what you thought about it. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next review.